Greetings. Hola mundo. ¿Cómo está? I was gonna say something else. I was like, soy Juan Pablo. That sounded so, oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? Happy Pride Month. It's the fabulous June of 2018, and while our public officials may not recognize this month for us, it is definitely a month for us to celebrate Pride. And I wanted to do a real quick video because I know obviously, like, I was like, oh, I like making LGBTQ themed videos. But also, I was like, oh, I need to get on top of it. And it's Pride Month, like, why not, right? So, I wanted to make it, like, this is gonna start, like, oh, I wanted to make a real quick video, and 12 minutes later, I'm ranting about government cheese. But, oh my gosh. Speaking of, real quick story. So, obviously, I live in Texas. Tex-Mex restaurants are everywhere. I have beef with Mexican restaurants. This is probably going to go in Hispanic Heritage Month too, but I have beef with Mexican or Tex-Mex restaurants when they say something's a salad and or served with a salad and they give you lettuce and fucking tomato. Like, WTF? Where's my dressing? Like, if you're gonna give me a salad, you need to give me dressing to go along with that too. One time my partner and I went to, it was like breakfast. It's not brunch because it was, I mean, it was what it is, but we were going and I was like, okay, like I got my meal and it said it was like served with salad, and I was joking. I was like, oh my gosh, like they better, like, of course I was like, oh, they better give me ranch dressing with that. And so we finally get our food, and I was just like, because I don't ever eat that. It's like lettuce and tomato. Who is gonna eat lettuce and tomato by itself? Not me. So he's like, he tells the server, as the server starts talking, he's like, excuse me, can you have dressing? And the server's like, excuse me, what? And I'm like, no, it's okay. He's like, no, like, can he have dressing? And I was like, oh my god, this is embarrassing. He's like, no, I'm good. I was like, why would you do that? He was trying to embarrass me. We do that often, where we try to, like, embarrass each other with, like, little comments like that. Or just like, oh my gosh, that is my little rant for today. Like, if you're gonna have a Tex-Mex restaurant and say you're gonna serve salad, you better have something other than lettuce and tomato in it, and you better have a dressing. But anyways, Pride Month, right? Okay, so I love Pride Month because Pride Month is about, you know, it's kind of like other months when they have like their History Month. It's a way to look back on the past, of course, to see where we've come, because especially for the LGBTQ community, we still don't have all the rights that I think we should have at this point in time. And people have been, and people are still committing murderous acts, that sounds weird, but killing people who identify just because they identify as LGBTQ, not because of them wearing Crocs. That sounded horrible. I am so sorry. But seriously, don't wear Crocs. If that can be one advice, two advices, you know, that I give in today's video. Don't wear Crocs, please. But anyways, and it's also a way to celebrate where we are right now, and then it's a way to celebrate where we're going in the future. And those are 3 reasons that I personally love Pride. I've celebrated Pride, I don't want to say multiple times, maybe about 4 times, in terms of going out into the community where they're actually participating in, like, festivals. Oh, why did I say festivals? Festivals and whatnot. So, what I wanted to talk about today, even, see, I'm already like 3-4 minutes into this and barely getting to the theme of today's video, but it's okay because y'all love looking at this. I feel like Zoolander when I do that. Like, I can only, what can he can only turn right, or is it left? Is it right or left, Zoolander? I don't know. Anyways, so, where was I going with that? Sad face. See, I really need to start editing these so y'all can just see me like jumping scenes and whatnot, and like, So, what I wanted to talk about today is how you can live prideful, or how you can celebrate Pride. And these are a few ways that you can celebrate Pride with actually going to Pride if you're not able to because of other plans and activities, whether you're not able to because of whatever, you know. Not everyone can go to those, can go to the festivals themselves or anything like that, the parades. So, off the top of my head, these are 2 ways that you can celebrate. One is living out loud. And when I say living out loud, I don't mean being loud and obnoxious, but, you know, if that's your personality, you do you. But being your true self. Most people I don't, a lot of people are coming out now, but still, most people will know and how they believe everyone to be with those that they identify or those that are close to them. For instance, most people, or a lot of my friends, get on my view. Most of my friends like didn't know gay people before I came out, and then I was like their ambassador to the community. And shut up! Oh my gosh, Ellen, I'm so sorry. You can edit that out, right? Before you put me on your show. But nevertheless, though, we're brand ambassadors. That's not because of work. See, that's where I'm getting it. But nevertheless, they're ambassadors for the community and representing and being representations of that. You know, when people are like, "Oh, well, I'm pretty sure you might have had this." No matter how you identify, if you identify as anything within a minority, oh, well, I once knew a Mexican or a Puerto Rican and I didn't like them because X, Y, and Z. So people are like, I really didn't like, you know, I don't like Puerto Ricans or, you know, whatever because X, Y, and Z. And it's like, oh, they're not, that's not the only representation of who they are. But nevertheless, it's a representation of that person, and that person kind of, because that's the way they identify, that they do that. So living out loud, don't be afraid to be your true authentic self. And you may be someone who is quiet, who is to themselves, and that's totally fine. But don't be afraid to be yourself no matter who you are. And that's one thing. And then another way is if you don't identify with anywhere within the LGBTQ spectrum, being an ally. And what does it mean to be an ally? I can legit like go on all day. But what it means partly for me, for someone when they say they're an ally, is when people are talking about people who identify within the spectrum and they are talking negatively and it's not obviously true or whatnot, that they speak up for them, that they are an advocate, and that not necessarily that they're, oh, well, let me go march with you or let me go do this with you or this and that. Part of being an ally is just being there and being supportive and saying, you know what? Whether I agree or disagree, you know, allies can disagree. You can be an ally and say, you know, just like your friend and say, I don't agree with that. But nevertheless, there are people who still support you who you are, for who you are. See, that was a sentimental moment, but my tongue. I really need to practice talking a lot more, even though I talk so much, just because like my tongue, this happens at work and I'm like, and then people are looking at me and then I'm just like, let me just get it out. Okay, so as I was saying, I legit do that at work. But anyways, happy Pride Month. I have some videos coming to you this month that I feel are educational in reference to the LGBTQ community, and I have a few things that I'm going to talk about within these books. These are my LGBTQ themed books, and I hope that I can educate you further on LGBTQ issues, topics, and life in general. But if you have any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, reactions, feel free to share them with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of this month for sure, because it is sure as heck gonna be colorful. Bye.
Bye.